What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armand, and we are back with another video. Get in here, get in here. It's time to get into some things, okay? Listen, our favorite homegirl, Saucy Santana, debuts hot, fresh new look, okay? And we also have to get into her scrumble dumble dumble with none other than Instagram's pickle baddie, Kandi, aka It's Your Boy Jay Will. All right, so we're going to get into some things, but first, I wanted to get into Saucy Santana's hot new look. Here, she is the epitome of standing on business. All right, Saucy Santana has released her record, Standing on Business, and she is doing just that here, effortlessly looking like soft stud-like trade. All right, and so this has seemingly broken the internet because people are confused as to, what Saucy truly is, or what this look really feels like, or what this is a true representation of. See, the thing is this, though. I personally don't mind Saucy in the more masculine look. I think it's what's throwing the people off is that he still has on a full face of makeup, nails, and probably, well, let's look at the shoe, because I was going to try it and say he had on high heels, child. Let's look at the shoe. Let's look at the shoe. Let's get into the shoe. Oh, yeah, see, he's got on the sneakers. I think what's throwing the people off is the nail and the pink phone. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Let's talk about the outfit first. I'm sure it's all designer. I'm sure the outfit is all designer. It's more than any of us can afford. But it's definitely giving late. It's definitely giving 2000s trade, soft stud. It's definitely giving stud in men's clothing. It's just really crazy because Saucy Santana looks like a man in women's clothing when he dresses as his normal regalia. Then when he dresses as a boy, he looks like a woman in men's clothing, like a lesbian woman in men's clothing. So it's just, that is really a tongue twister. Bitch, how do you look like a man in women's clothing when you dress like a woman? But then when you dress like a boy, you look like a stud in men's clothing. I don't know. Either way, some of the comments we're reading, Saucy Santana would get no bitches if he were straight. I agree. I don't think that anybody would actually want Saucy Santana on their back in this look. I actually prefer Saucy in the mini skirts, the high heels, the dresses, the skirts, and the BBLs. Saucy has the soft stud trade. Not really here for that. But either way, I like the marketing, though. Not going to hate on Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana has to stand on business. He's been released. He quit. I don't know. Whatever happened with his contract, he has to do everything that he can now to make sure that we're talking about him and selling these records. So shout out to Saucy and her hot take and her fresh new look. It's nothing wrong with being a gender bender, even if you're bending back to your side, to their side, to that side, to his side, to my side, or that side, waist side, north side, south side. Either way, get your life, have fun doing it. You only have one life to live, Saucy. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. This jewelry I know is expensive, child. I'm here for it, Saucy. But yes, let's move on. All right, so here's what I really wanted to get into. Saucy Santana and It's Your Boy Kandi. Now, this beef is like, I don't know how many years old. This started to brew last week. Now, apparently, for me just kind of getting the gist of it, because I knew they had issues, but I just didn't know how deep they were. Kandi Jay Will put out a diss record, but I think he's been throwing disses at Saucy Santana. But he threw out also shots at Saucy Santana recent record, pretty much saying that, Saucy Santana, the material girl, is the girl who, dropped the ball and fell off, in regards to, getting a record deal, coming for Blue Ivy, then careers, seemingly going down the drain, and not being able to catch a hit. And Saucy Santana responds and says, pretty much, B, you're just mad because I didn't let you in my section. You're just a battle rapper. I'm not going to get out on the floor and battle rap you. Your highest accomplishment is wilding out. You will never be on my level. I sell out shows. I've done 100,000. I just sold out. I just did $100,000 with 2 shows. You're nothing. You sell pickles. So they're pretty much battling back and forth. Jay Will's also wanted to fight. Saucy Santana saying he's standing on business. I don't know. Saucy saying he not getting in the ring. Jay Will, like, why you not getting in the ring? You got in the ring with DJ Academics. You dropped a diss record to DJ Academics, who's a media personality, but you won't drop a diss record to me, who's a rapper. And Saucy's like, you're not on my level. You don't even have any engagement. You're not popping. You're not a celebrity. You're washed up, pickle selling, wilding out, rapping, loving hip hop has been that can't get into your own section. So that's kind of what they're giving. Here's my thoughts. Let's start with Kandi. I think that Kandi is great. I think that Kandi is a phenomenal rapper. I think that Kandi is probably one of the top 3 gay rappers out here as far as ones that with a platform that we know, that we see. Kandi is one of the best. I'm more of a fan of Kandi than I am of Jay Will. I think that Kandi's freestyles are great. I think the problem with Kandi is Kandi has not found a way to make hit records. You know what I'm saying? Kandi can really, really rap, but nowadays in a Sexy Red, Ice Spice kind of world, you know, too much lyricism, we're not here for that. You know, you make it too clever and it's too witty. We're too confused. We just want to say, bitch, you think but you're not even a fart on a nice beat. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the energy that we're in, you know? F my baby daddy, pound town, my pink and my booty all brown. You feel me? So this is what we're in. When you try to get too intricate with the rap gymnastics, also with, you know, hair, nails, makeup, cosplaying as a woman, then society is not ready to accept that yet, because they're like, well, what is this? How do we take this serious? And so I think that maybe if Kandi committed to the transition, it was like, okay, I'm going to be transgender, it will translate a little bit further. Here's the other thing too. I think that, and which is different from Saucy, and we're gonna get into it. Kandi's persona gives full woman, where Saucy gives cross-dresser. It's still a boy, but this is full woman. Even though they're both men in women's clothing, it's the hair and the nails. It's like, you feel like he's trying to be a woman. So then people are like, well, you know, there's a lot of homophobia around transgenderness, you know. And so I think that that's why, you know, society is not really ready for this type of artist. However, I think he's one of the best, and I do think that he deserves a chance. Saucy, on the other hand, I think that Saucy gets by because even though Saucy wears the mini skirts and the short shorts and with the itty bitty voice, you know, in the BBL, he still has the beard. He wears the fade. The wigs are here and there as a key, but you know he's a gay man. You know, he's a gay man. He's not really, he doesn't make hard music. The music, it's fun to, you know, dance to, and it's easy to recite. You know, lately, his records, his last, you know, maybe 6 records have all been trash. The last Saucy Santana record that I remember being good was Material Girl. Walk 'em Like a Dog, Walk, 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 Shisha, Material Girl. Those are the last records. That Bop, 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 1, 2, 3, Bab, whatever. Walk It Like I Talk It, and Walk It, Walk It, Walk It, and then the Walk It, Reload It. All of those were flops, okay? Saucy Santana has been trying to remake Walk for the last 2 years. It's not happening again. It's washed up. The reason why Saucy Santana is such a flop is because Saucy Santana got not only big face, but big headed. And I say that to say, instead of being a person that was humble and really supporting the people that supported you and uplifted the people that lifted you, he got to a point to where he started feeling more popular and more famous and more sickening and more beat and more fab than his fan base, which is fine, but you got to understand the people are the reason why you're here. You don't get to that point. He showed his cards too soon, honestly. He showed his cards too soon. A lot of people get the big head and they discard their fans, but usually that's about 5 years into their tenure of being an artist. You throw the fans to the wayside your first 2 years in being a gay man, that's career suicide. There's no reason why Saucy Santana should be bragging about going from you know, VMA performances, BET performances, whether they were, you know, pre-show performances or left side stage performances or not. He should be going to the main stages. But there's no way that you go from those type of shows to, you know, features with Madonna to get in a major record deal to now being a feature on Love and Hip Hop, performing at your local Nashville Pride, bragging about booking 2 shows for $100,000. Saucy Santana is the definition of a flop. Now, if you compare it to Jay Will, then maybe he's not a flop because you got to think, hey, well, that's a lot more than, Candy was doing. But Saucy Santana, at one point, he was bigger than the City Girls, or at least on his way. He said he has records with, Lil Nas X, one of the, largest gay mainstream artists around right now. Arguably, some people were saying that, he had Lil Nas X shook. Lil Nas, they had moved, once Saucy Santana came into the game, they had moved Lil Nas X out of hip hop and made Saucy Santana the king, queen of hip hop, and Lil Nas X was the queen of pop. Now Saucy's just trying to get to her next bag, her next booking. She's doing things she said she would never do. Pride, Love and Hip Hop, Zeus Network, any and everything to stay relevant. Responding to Candy. But Saucy messed up, and Saucy, we love Saucy here. We support Saucy, but we got to be honest. Saucy's upset when people bring up the fact that you dragged Blue Ivy and then you didn't apologize for it. Or then you drag black women and you didn't apologize for it. My thing is this, even if I agree, because I have agreed with some of the things that he has said in regards to gays and women wanting us to be handbags and purses and things like that. I've agreed with some of that stuff, you know what I mean? But I think that he had to be a little bit more strategic in how he said it. And then when he offended people, come out and apologize and just make people, understand what you're talking about. But then when you go online and get on YouTube and you're talking about, she ain't a bad bitch because she don't have a BBL, and they're thinking, sir, you have a BBL, you look a mess. Also, on top of that, you have your team stealing from, gay organizations. This is the same man that demanded in his rider an 80-piece hot wing, 50-piece barbecue wing, 10-degree lotions, deodorants, 5 sweat fans, a 20-piece lemon pepper chicken, a 30-piece hot and spicy, and 2 boxes of Little Caesar pizza, and 4 Don Julio 1942 bottles with a case of Red Bulls and a case of waters in his rider before the show. Took the money from the people and never came and did the show. So, I don't know. Saucy Santana is one of those people that I do not think will be here in the next 5 years as an artist. Saucy Santana got lucky just like his big water-faced friend Jughead Creature Please. You know what I mean? They hit a lick. They got from Miami. They hit their lick. They did their thing. And more power to them. I think Saucy Santana is more like of a socialite. However, I think that the problem is I don't think that he doesn't have something to be talented, because I actually really liked Saucy Santana when he first came out. The thing is, he got so cocky, he started really feeling himself as far as not really taking the support from the people. So then when people meet you out in the streets, you never know who people are. Everybody talks. I mean, I can't tell you how many people talk, oh my God, I just ran into Saucy. He has such a nasty attitude. He's so mean. He's so this, he's so that. And I was against even talking about, how mean and how much of a diva he is, according to what people say, because in my mind, I personally feel like, that's the MO. You know what I mean? And what I mean by MO, it's like, that's what he wants you to believe. That's the thought process that they want you to feel, that they're just so pretentious and so, Regina George about the situation. They're just so mean and so mean girls. You can't sit with us, and they're such divas. Like, they think that that's fab. He thinks that that's fab. He thinks that, emulating what you believe a successful white woman is. Being pretentious, being snobby, being bougie, being mean. You think that that's cute. You think that that's fun. But it also shows into, you following the city girls, that shows into, your album sales. The same girls that talk about how they mean and, but y'all don't look like you, this, and the third, they can't sell records either. They're selling more than you because they're fish. They're women, so women are going to do better because we're in the straight world. But 6,000 copies is trash. So they're not even selling 6,000 copies. Saucy Santana's doing nothing. So on the grand scheme of things, yeah, you may come and flex to the hood, Candy, and talk about, your numbers, this, that, and the third, and your hits like this, but you've never had a Billboard Hot 100 hit. I don't remember one. You know what I'm saying? And you come and you can drag the girls beneath you, but at some point you were not supposed to. This was not supposed to be your peer. At some point, you were supposed to be. Lil Nas X was supposed to be your peer. You had a whole record deal that within less than a year you no longer had. So I don't know. I think some humble pie is very, very necessary for Saucy Santana. But I will say this: he makes catchier songs than Candy. I think the girls need to work together versus beefing. You know what I mean? I don't like beefing with my fellow gays because I feel as though it's already hard for us to get into spaces. But that be the problem. The girls get to spaces and they already start to feel, I'm the girl that made it, I'm the fab, and you girls can't take me, and you girls are just so sick about it. And so just be like, okay, girl, pay it. She's late. So then you just let her flop. But those are my thoughts on that. I don't know what will happen between them. Jay Will has dropped another record. Well, they're supposed to be dropping another diss record. Saucy Santana has dropped another Instagram Live, pretty much bragging about her finances. So we're never going to get a rap battle out of these two. Rap battle one-on-one. Jay Will watches Saucy Santana in a rap battle. Song for song, I think Saucy Santana makes better songs than Jay Will or Candy. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. All right. I was going to address Young Miami, but you know what I decided? I'm not going to do it. I don't care. You guys all heard what I had to say about it. It is what it is. Peace out. Make sure you guys like this video. And until next time, keep that same energy. And I'll see you soon. Peace out.